The Sunraysia region has always been defined by its strong community spirit. Sport here is more than just a game. It's the heartbeat of towns and families, a place where friendships are built and memories are made. Filming Footy is proud to be a part of that story. By partnering with key voices and organisations in the community, we're helping bring local football and netball to a wider audience than ever before, ensuring that the stories of Sunraysia are seen, heard, and celebrated.
My name's Joe Cavallo. I'm the General Manager of River 1467 and been around Mildura my whole life. I did work in Adelaide for about 4 years and then just missed the town a bit too much and the people around here, and found my way back after 4 years in Adelaide. From a big family, and we're a very close family, so it was always a big pull to come home. I grew up listening to this, so we grew up on a great block, and my old man would have the little radio in his top pocket, always tuned into River 1467, so I grew up on it, and it was, so no actual family connection other than that, and I reckon the day I told my old man I was coming to work here, he was the proudest he's ever been of me. The reason we got into it again is it's just that local community connection. It's football and netball are huge in this district, so I'm a massive footy fan, and I know how big it is in Sunraysia. So to be able to connect to the community is something that we really pride ourselves on. That's something that we put first and foremost above pretty much anything we do. So what better way than local football and local netball now coming on board? It really has, it's stretched our listening audience as well, and we've got a whole new demographic of people listening to us that are connected to the community that we can also connect to as well.
What does it take behind the scenes to make these broadcasts even possible?
A lot. So initially the setup was, the first year we did it, there was a lot of equipment that we had to buy to be able to even broadcast these things, finding a commentary team and one commentary team that could commentate. It's not an easy thing to do, everyone thinks it's easy, it's not. But we managed to find, we actually got really lucky. We had Louis, Pirate and Damo, and we just shoved them in the deep end and it just worked. So we were very lucky. We haven't had any changes there, but there is a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So since then we've introduced Dave, who's our brekkie announcer here during the week. He helps out quite a bit on the weekends to make sure everything goes well, because live radio, much like live TV and all that kind of thing, things can go wrong pretty quick. So to have the support of those guys behind the scene as well is very important. Got a really good team here that I come up with the idea and they implement it, and it's the best way to do it. So they're very, I'm very lucky to have them on board. They sort of drive it as well. So they come up with different ideas and places to set up and all that kind of stuff. So they're, I just sit back and let them do it all now.
Hands are off.
That's exactly right. So they do a really good job. We do a lot within the community, other community events and anything we can help out, we love to. And footy and netball is an extension of that. So to be able to connect with so many different sorts of people, we get people from Oyen and Sea Lake and all that kind of thing that'll be listening into the radio and the calls and all that kind of stuff. We get to reach a whole lot of new people that maybe wouldn't be listening otherwise. But it's just that local connection. We're in the community and we've built a sort of a database of new people that we can clock into and get their opinions on things, and you guys as well. If we didn't do this, I wouldn't be sitting here, so regretting doing it now. But it's things like this that we otherwise wouldn't have. It makes us more accessible, and what Filming Footy do even prior to us is having the games up on YouTube and the live stream and all that kind of stuff. It promotes the league, and hopefully, and I think it has worked in the last 3 years, especially. The league's grown a lot. There's a lot of new players coming up, the standard's grown, and I have no doubt that the Filming Footy and we chuck our audio on top of that and help out where we can. But I have no doubt that has helped build the profile of this league outside of just Sunraysia. We just keep going, getting bigger and bigger. So we've from the first year we started broadcasting, we've sort of added bits and pieces to the broadcast, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the more people that follow along and interact with us and all that kind of stuff is growing and growing, and we love it. We just want to make it the best call around. We hope we've done that, and we'll continue to try and make it better and better as we go.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, man, for obviously coming on and being in front of a camera. It's always daunting. That's why there's always that's why it's radio, right? There's no cameras involved.
I sit in my office normally, so no, that's fine. Thank you, and thanks Filming Footy for you guys give us a lot of support throughout the year too. So it's you let us reach a whole new audience too. So thank you for everything you guys do. Thanks to our sponsors as well.
You want to give them a list, or?
We've got a few, so I won't go through all of them, but the major sponsors, the Gateway, who obviously have an affiliation with you guys as well, so there's a bit of cross-connection there. But we do have quite a few of our sponsors, and they know who they are, so thank you to those guys as well.
I'm Paul Jamieson, Marketing and Promotions Manager at the Gateway Mildura. As the name suggests, look after the marketing and promotions within the venue. So that includes event management, brand management, and engaging with media and community with sponsorship partners as well, in order to build the brand of Mildura Gateway and connect with the community. We're local. We're on a big hero corner here on 15th Street in San Mateo. Right opposite Coles, so it's a very busy sort of end of town for trades. We're local, we love to be part of local and support local, so sponsorships, sporting clubs, community events, basically people raising money for different causes. We like to back them 100%. Sporting clubs especially. Grassroots football and netball, or any sports in Mildura that we support, fosters that sort of social nature and team building. So it's a strong community sports environment, fosters a great city sort of relationship with the community. It's important to give back. We're part of the community, and with that, I suppose, value from the owners and management down, we like to support local wherever we can in order to make sure that our regional city grows and is well, I suppose, supported. We often fill a lot of gaps with sponsorship dollars to make sure that clubs have got uniforms and the support that they require in order for them to compete for a season. So it's very important to foster that, give back. And obviously we're looking for a return on our investment in order to encourage those people to come back, dine with us, celebrate, eat, whether it's a win, lose or draw, and commiserate a loss. They're welcome to come back here. So it is sort of a home ground advantage for a lot of people. Their external club rooms to their actual ground, they come back here and do fundraisers and have family nights here as well. So it's important to give to get.
What motivated you guys to get involved, obviously, with the netball and football coverage, obviously with Filming Footy in sort of Mildura and surrounding? It
was a natural synergy for us to sort of jump on with Filming Footy, being sort of the #1 ticket holder for broadcasting rights with River 1467. We've had a long-term partnership with the radio there for obviously our media advertising. And with their commentary coupled together with the vision, obviously it just makes it more well-rounded. We get vision and audio together. We also really felt like we wanted to help elevate the sports around here as well, and local coverage. We've got a lot of ex-AFL players coming back to integrate within the local competition as well. So obviously elevating that awareness of the competition, how good it is, that will encourage obviously other players to come back and build the community as well. But yeah, having strong sporting clubs and that social nature. Obviously we're in hospitality, which is in nature social. We want to foster more of that ability to invite people to come back and celebrate. Sponsorship from us is total engagement. We are actively promoting, sharing content that we sponsor. And we also obviously got the SFNL medal presentation here on Monday. So we're going to have a busy Father's Day here on Sunday, and then Monday we basically back it up with a big event with a medal presentation. So we're fully immersed. We don't just sort of put our brand on things and that's it. We try and encourage and host events that are connected with those sponsorships or sporting clubs. We often have a lot of fundraisers or back to front draws or lucky raffle lottos and things like that to help the clubs raise money as well. So we're actively involved in sponsorship, not just putting our brand on the jersey. As we sort of notice from our socials, people connect with people. So the interviews that we have elevating, I suppose, sporting profiles of both juniors and seniors right the way through has been really encouraging to us that we're boosting not only football but netball as well. It's hugely important that there's no poor cousins to the other. We want to basically elevate both female and male sports in Mildura. So from that perspective, we've got really good brand awareness and connection with local grassroots football and netball, and the actual visitation back to us is being represented as well, with not just the clubs that we support and the leagues that we support, but other clubs are coming back here as well to support, because we're boots and all with football and netball, not just individual clubs, but the league as well. So I think from that perspective of seeing the actual action on ground, and if people can't get to the ground, there's an opportunity to live stream or watch it and listen to it at home. So we think those two coupled together, it just increases brand awareness for us, but also the league. My role is to obviously support and foster community engagement with media and business partnerships, as well as event and sporting clubs. So from that perspective, the media with Zoey at River 1467 and all his team, and obviously Rowett and John at Filming Footy. We've had a good first year partnership with those guys, and the content that they've created, obviously with all the interview team that they've got and the camera guys and females as well. We've just been super impressed with the quality that has been delivered, and obviously Jason at SFNL, obviously we're trying to showcase his product well, and by brand association that flows onto us as well. So just a huge thanks to all involved, and we look forward to bigger and better things for 2026 season. So a big shout out to the league, the clubs, players, volunteers, all the supporters of football and netball in the area. And a big shout out to also our staff members who look after everyone, with great customer service here for meals and drinks, and just all the events that we basically put on here as well. And our suppliers as well. Obviously, it's the reason why we're in social hospitality. Without the great suppliers of food, beer, wine, and whatever we need for events, furniture, the whole lot, we appreciate all our suppliers as well. So a big thank you to everyone that makes it all happen, and that's why we do it, to make sure that everyone has a good time.
Yeah, if people want to support the Gateway or get involved, what's the best way for them to do so?
Yeah, just get in contact with us. Either give us a call, jump on the website or our socials, follow us. Send a message or inquiry via the website. So if you've got a club, a community event or anything coming up that you wish to support, or celebrate your event here, a milestone or whatever it might be, we're coming into event season now, so a lot of businesses are having their end of year social events to thank their and recognise the support of their workers over the year. So we're looking forward to having all those people here right up the lead up to Christmas and into school holidays for December, January. So yeah, we're always busy here, but we can always fit more people in. So
of course, if it's busy, you probably want to get in early, is that right?
Exactly, so book now. The Gateway is the place to be, so if you haven't been here yet, get in. And we're not only accommodating for locals, obviously the live streaming is shared everywhere, so a lot of our business is from away, so a lot of visitors come here and stay at lots of different accommodation places around here. So Our business is 50-50, locals versus visitors. So if you haven't been here, we look forward to welcoming you here and have a great stay, enjoy a cold bevy and a nice meal and great service. So yeah, we welcome you to the venue.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi, thank you.
Awesome. So, Amanda, can you tell us a little bit about your role here, obviously at Wentworth District Football and Netball Club, and I guess what does the club mean to you?
Yeah, so my role at Wentworth District Football Netball Club is I'm the A grade playing coach. So I coach and play the side. I've done it now since 2019. So coming up, yeah, fair few years, and over the COVID years. So the club's it's a big part of who I am and what I do, and yeah, they're very supportive. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I guess, from a coach's point of view, what has the live streaming and coverage done for, the players and the competition as a whole?
Yeah, it's been huge this year. You guys jumping on board has been incredible. I think just the exposure, but from a coaching point of view, just being able to go back and review and look at the gameplay, tweak things where we need to, but then also seeing our opposition as well, which is really handy because, we can't get to the games when we're, playing in different locations and stuff like that. So it has been a very useful tool, and I've loved it. It's huge, for netball in general. It's so big. Like my brother plays in the Melbourne League, and for a rural town like us to get this coverage is incredible. They're not getting it down there, and we've got it here. So, and to be alongside the footy is huge, and it just shows the exposure for our netball and our league in general of what we can do. The interviews have been really good, keeping us all in line, and great coverage again of the things happening in and out, behind the scenes and everything. Seeing the players, I guess, getting best on performances and getting exposure as well. It's great recognition for all the girls across the league when that happens, and it's been huge. The supporters love it. I get some of my supporters going back and they want to rewatch games and they love watching it as well. So it's been incredible. They don't miss out. If they can't get to the game, they can jump on. We've got club people that can't be there for the day, but they're clocking on at 12 o'clock to watch. So it's incredible. It's great exposure. I guess talking about rural and remote, we're so far away from those bigger cities, but the exposure of them, they've got some great athletes, young girls coming through the league. I was lucky enough to coach the SFNL Interleague side this year, the rep side, and they were incredible. And I get to play against them in A grade now, so for them to see them getting that live stream, and who knows who's watching, right? So another club could be looking at them. They might be moving away for uni. They've got all this exposure. So it's incredible. Yeah, if I was younger again, that would be, what a great tool. We've never had it before, and for this year, it's been so good. Like I said, we're a bit far away, but the exposure for netball in general is huge. We've got some great talent. The clubs, performing great netball week in and week out, and if we were to take on a Bendigo team, a Melbourne team, I'm sure that we'd be able to compete with some of those other outer leagues as well. So it's great for the region, and we truly support backing this Filming Footy and netball. It's incredible, and we're just so lucky. Yeah, I think for us in general, keep having this as a tool. It's been this year, it's just a stepping stone and, working with it. But I'm really keen to see what we can take from it next year as well. Being able to utilise that game footage. Hopefully, maybe it might not just be one game getting filmed next year. Maybe we might get two courts, who knows. So, we're just super excited to go again around in 2026 and utilise you guys for sure. Yeah, look, a huge shout out to the Wentworth District Football Netball Club. They're incredible. Their support, for myself alone, but for everyone in general, they're a huge part of what we can do each week. So they're great. Obviously, you guys, can't thank you guys enough for jumping on board and supporting netball in general, and to play us alongside the footy. It really means a lot for netball here in Sunraysia, and I guess my teammates as well. They're incredible. My assistant coach Katrina as well. But personally, they've been huge help for me this year. So thank you.
None of this coverage happens alone. From sponsors like the Gateway Hotel to River Radio keeping fans connected, To the volunteers and commentators behind the mic and camera, every contribution matters. Week after week, Filming Footy has worked alongside these people to grow the reach of local sport, giving clubs, players and supporters the recognition they deserve.
So my name is Allegra Thorburn and I'm the main commentator and interviewer for Filming Footy here for the Sunraysia Football Netball League.
And I'm Alice Hill and I'm the main filmer.
So how I first got involved in commentary is actually quite an amazing story. So probably about 12 years ago, my dad, he was a prominent journalist here in Mildura, and he came to me one day and he said, "Allegra, we're going to do a netball game." And I said, "Well, what do you mean? I play netball. What do you mean a netball game?" And he said, "We're going to do a netball game on radio. We're going to call the game." And back then I was commentating football as well. And I thought, sounds good, we'll do it. So I did my first ever game with my dad and it was a huge success. It was the first time in Sunraysia's history where netball was broadcast full stop. And to get to this point here where I now get to commentate absolutely every week, do interviews with players, it's so surreal to see where I came from just doing a couple of netball games on radio to now streamed and commentated every single week.
So game day, I do the setup along with Allegra. We both pitch in, making sure the mics are running smoothly. I can hear everyone properly, both Allegra and whoever the commentator is with her, which at the moment is Ricky.
Yes, we love Ricky.
So we make sure they sound good. I set up the camera and pretty much.
And you're
just
also a lot of moral support for me
Yes.
as well. And
Yes.
just there when my brain needs a little bit of backup as well. I'm very forgetful, so Alice is a bit of my right-hand man.
Second brain.
So a bit of a problem solver.
yeah.
She's a plans girl, whereas I'm more of a in the moment.
Yes, yeah, very much.
So the live streaming and the interviews that are every week for the Sunraysia Football Netball League, it's game changing. And when I say game changing, netballers were not noticed before this. It was all about football. And yes, we love football, but netball is such an amazing sport and we have such a talented league here in Mildura, and netballers deserve to have their voice, and I'm so grateful and proud to be that voice of netball and to push to get netball more prominent in the community. And everyone's loving it. The feedback that I've got is absolutely phenomenal, from supporters to players to coaches. Everyone is just so happy to have netball noticed.
Yeah, so on board with the whole thing, and it's great. So we have a massive generator that everything gets plugged into, and you have to make sure everything is running, charged and connected properly. Make sure we have the right reception so we don't lose the stream.
That's happened maybe once
couple
or twice.
times, yes.
And always making sure we hit record. That's something as well.
Just in case the stream drops out. Yeah.
And remember when we used to have to use extension cords, and I'm talking like 20, 30 metres of extension cords.
Yep.
It was a nightmare. So thank you, Rowett, for the generator.
Yes, we love it, we love it. But I also do all the scoring as well that connects to the stream. So making sure that's all connected and running properly, so you guys in Adelaide can pick that up and make sure that it's all connected and working properly.
And Alice is such a help, because a lot of the times where we're situated, I can't see the scoreboard. So Alice not only does the filming and scoring on her phone, but has to then turn the phone and make sure that I can see the score as well.
I'll hear Allegra go, "And the score is," and I'll be like, yeah.
We're very much in sync when it comes to that. But it's really, you look at Alice and you think, she's not doing that much. I tell you what, she's probably doing a lot more than I am. So the most important thing that I want to bring to the microphone when I'm live streaming a game and commentating that game is not necessarily every single bit of play. I want there to be a little bit of information on the players, the coaches, the background on some, because there's so much valuable information that listeners at home, because they've got that viewing opportunity, they don't need the play-by-play like you would if it was just on radio. So it's really good to have some, you know, fun facts and little tidbits about players as well. And the thing that I love most about doing the interviews during the week is I research like a crazy person to try and find out absolutely everything I can about someone and make that person feel special and highlight them, because it's not about me, it's about the players.
I love it. I have never played netball before. I've done a lot of other sports but never got to netball. So I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm a part of the community, the footy community, and I've fallen in love with the game too. So I get to watch the game and really watch it. Like, you have to follow every bit of play, and hearing Allegra's commentating along with it as well, it adds so much to the vibe and the atmosphere of the game, and it's fun.
It's
so fun.
And we also found a friendship in this as well. You wouldn't think that, like, 2 years ago we met each other and had no idea about each other, and now we probably hang out 4 or 5 times a week as well as work together. So it's great to be paired with Alice, and I'm going to miss her when she goes to uni. So what I love about this role is I get to showcase Mildura's netball talent. I get to talk, which is one of my favourite things to do. I've dreamed about being a journalist since I was 10 years old, and my dream has come true. And sports journalism is something that I've been so passionate about. And after my father passed away 7 years ago, I got a little bit lost, but having this job has really brought back the hope that I can follow my dreams.
I have always had a love and passion for media and filming, cameras, all of that. So I think I want to continue doing that down the track, possibly finding a job at uni doing a similar thing to this, because I can't imagine not doing it at this point. But yeah, I just love it. Like, I really do. So
being a part of the broadcast and the Filming Footy team, I have actually been a journalist since I was 12 years old. My dad ran a lot of businesses. He had a newspaper and radio station, so I've been in it since then. But I've actually been able to find my own footing through this company, and being able to commentate netball and do something on my own and forge my own path is probably the most proud I've been of myself in my entire life, and it's opened so many doors. I do 2 radio segments on River 1467 a week. There's so many more doors to be opened, and I'm really looking forward to the future.
Being the main person that runs the stream, like, I feel like I don't give myself enough credit, but if I wasn't behind the camera, there wouldn't be a stream to watch.
Exactly. And you're very good at filming.
Yeah, and I feel like I've gained a lot of skills from doing this. So.
And your confidence has grown too.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, this is a completely different Alice.
It matters because there's so much talent.
Exactly.
And the netballers don't get enough credit for how great they are, so.
And I think that with football, there's a lot of easy pathways to go pro when it comes to the live streaming and all of that, and even just getting picked like for the Bendigo Pioneers and stuff like that. We're giving netball a platform where they could potentially pick up a pro from Mildura, because it's out there in the world now. So, you know, we're giving netballers the opportunity to be noticed and to be seen, and that's what they deserve.
Yeah.
I want to thank Alice, because without Alice, I wouldn't be as level-headed, and you've just been my right-hand man for the last 2 years, and there's no one else that I would rather do this with than you.
Well, vice versa, I'll say the exact same thing, because yeah, it definitely would not be as fun, and I think as good as it is without this friendship. So,
And of course, we want to thank Rod and John for always believing in us and giving us a chance and, you know, hearing us out. And
the whole team at Filming Footy, really.
yeah, the team, it's a great team that we've got here in Mildura for Filming Footy. It's fantastic.
Filming Footy, I'm Darcy. I'm joined here with Zoey Andrew. Zoey, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's a beautiful day here at Mildura Sporting Precinct.
Absolutely is. So, obviously, you know, you're out here each and every week, you know, interviewing players and coaches. You know, I guess, how did you first get involved in all of that?
So I've been involved in journalism itself for many, many years, probably 10 to 12 years all up. But I actually was looking to transfer into radio. And I approached River. They said that they would have a perfect position for me doing boundary writing. This was a couple of seasons ago. From there, with a season with the SFNL doing boundary writing, I've got picked up by Filming Footy, and I've been with Filming Footy ever since. So I think it's important to know that I'm a very positive person. I love celebrating people's good news. So to be able to build a relationship with the clubs, the coaches, the players, whereby they trust me, I trust them, you know, and we can have a conversation straight off after they come off the field, good, bad, ugly, is absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I think the beauty of the interviews that I do is that it gives people an insight into what goes on behind the scenes. So you see your favourite footballer out there playing footy, but you don't see what goes on like behind the scenes. So I'm taking them into the change rooms. I'm capturing the raw emotion, you know, their personality. Often you see teams out there so slick and polished and well performed, but you get in the change rooms, the electricity in there is like amazing, and you capture people in their real environment through the highs and the lows. So I think that's really important, taking our viewers into an area that they wouldn't obviously get normally. I love my job. I love week in, week out, not knowing who I'm going to speak to. I definitely have the players that give me a little bit more. You know, some of the players that I've grown up with from Imperials and that kind of thing, I love interviewing them because they've been in my life forever. So yeah, I love my job week in, week out, and chatting to everybody really, and giving me a chance to build that rapport and also celebrate their success. I don't know whether there's actually a challenge. I'm usually a pretty bubbly person. I can usually get along and talk to anybody. So I'm not backwards in coming forward. As Sunny will know, Sunny's like, get in there, Zoey, and I do, and I get in there. So I don't think there really is a challenge at all. The clubs are fantastic in talking to me. You know, I feel like I have a lot of respect from them. So no, there's no challenges whatsoever.
That's good. And speaking of Sunny, I guess, you know, he's always behind the camera, you know, just scoring, streaming, and filming the footy. I guess, how important is his work in making the interviews and that coverage possible?
Oh, I cannot speak highly enough of Sunny. I love Sunny to bits. He's my cameraman, nobody else's, and he's just fantastic. Like, we get along so well. We have a great professional relationship. He pushes me, I push him. If I want to come up, if I've got an idea, I can bounce it off him, and more than not, he will say, yep, let's go for it. So it's our relationship is pivotal, and he's pivotal to the whole Filming Footy side of things as well in what he does. It's absolutely fantastic. As I said, I couldn't imagine anybody else. We just have a really good, respectful working relationship, and he pushes me. As I said, I push him back a little bit, not physically. You know, we push each other to be the best possible people that we can be. I'm always saying, hey, how about this? I don't know whether you've seen like the roving Zoey that I did. We go to new depths, is all I will say. So yeah, it's great. I love that I get out and about in the community. I love that I get to celebrate and promote something that I love, sport, full stop. So I love the fact that, you know, there's some fantastic players out here that, you know, give their all week in, week out, and I love being able to attend. Look, I feel like I'm ripping Filming Footy off a little bit because I get to pay to do something that I just love so much. If I wasn't working for Filming Footy, I'd be attending sport anyway. So growing the sport. I think that's the main thing. Get as many eyes, as much participation levels as we can, and just continuing to grow the sport. And I've really noticed that my boys hate it, because rarely can I go out in public, like or to the supermarket or up the mall or something, and not be recognised and not have somebody stop and ask me about footy, who's going to win this weekend, like that kind of thing. And my boys are like, Mum, we cannot go anywhere. But I mean, such is the reach that, that we're getting, that my interviews are getting, they're getting out there. And that can only be a positive thing for everybody involved. I just think I really want to give a big mention to the clubs. Obviously, it's a huge thing for them to let me into, their rooms after the game, and to put the trust in me that they do. So a really big thank you to the clubs for entrusting me with, doing what I do. Yeah, it's certainly not lost on me.
Well, Filming Footy here, I'm Darcy. I'm joined here by ex-AFL players, Crows and Carlton, here with the mighty Sam Kerridge, and also the coach we've got at Mildura Demons. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for having us. So, yeah, I guess, obviously you've gone from playing AFL with, playing the AFL with Adelaide and Carlton, and now you're coaching Mildura and also playing. How's that journey been for you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a whirlwind trip. Obviously, I started Mildura as a junior, and obviously was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go down a few different pathways and take footy to the highest level, which was great. But look, it's quite nice to come back to where it all started and try and give back a little bit. I don't have much wisdom to pass on, but hopefully the boys have taken a little bit over the last couple of years, and I've really enjoyed my time here so far. Look, I've always loved Mildura. Obviously having my parents and family here as well was a bit of a draw card, and we just came out of COVID and I was down living in Melbourne, and obviously that was a bit of an experience. So my partner Nicole and I just thought we'd come back and try Mildura again, and we sort of came back with, I guess, a bit of an open mind in terms of what we were going to get out of it, so to speak. And look, we've loved it ever since. It's been fantastic. We're here 3 years now, and like I said, to top it off, to be able to give them the opportunity to coach the senior side of where it all started. It's been fantastic, and we've built over the last couple of years, so hopefully today and beyond we've got a bit of success coming our way. Oh, look, I think it's been fantastic. Country footy, as everyone knows, is a huge part of community, and not everyone's able to get to the games. Obviously there is a little bit of travel involved, and sometimes for those people that can't get there, they've got the opportunity, like Filming Footy provide them, to sit down and watch the game, whether it's live or post game, and which I think is absolutely fantastic. But other side from that, it's probably us coaches and players get an opportunity to be able to watch the game back and take a few learnings out of it. I know some of our players sit down and they enjoy watching the game and how they go about it, and again try and take a few learnings out of it they can implement for them throughout the season. Oh, look, obviously, the higher you go up, the better coverage you get in terms of TV. I know when you go up into those ranks, you've got the ability to a full game breakdown and all that type of stuff. But look, I think in terms of a country community and a country reach, Filming Footy's been absolutely fantastic. I think that's some A-grade experience that we get as a group to be able to have at hand in a click of a button. So it's been really good. Outside of just having the ability to go back and watch the game and stuff like that, but the report that you guys do on best players every week and stuff like that, it's just a great insight that the greater community don't probably get before Filming Footy came along. So for them to be able to have that experience as well as watch the footy is fantastic. I think a big thing for me has always been about just enjoying and having fun. It doesn't matter what level you get, but obviously the further you go up, it does become a little bit more serious opposed to fun. But I think just being able to get around the boys, we've got a great demographic here in Sunraysia in terms of some really superior players, some really quality players, and again those juniors coming up the ranks that are fantastic footballers as well. So we've got a really good group here in Sunraysia, and I think the standard of footy is growing, and it's a big thanks to Filming Footy as well. Obviously being Mildura coach and Mildura being my footy club, we obviously want as much success as possible, but you just want to see the league continue to grow. I think being so isolated down here in Sunraysia, we probably come across as not being such a strong league at times and a bit of a distance to travel, but I think over the last couple of years we've seen that sort of mindset change, and we're starting to see a lot of out-of-towners come in and really drive the standard of the league, which is great. So hopefully that continues to keep driving the standard. Oh, obviously just a huge thank you. You've only got to look around today. You don't get days like this to be able to function correctly without the support of all the volunteers from every club, whatever club it may be, whether they're playing or not playing. And just a huge shout out to Filming Footy for making our coaches' lives and the community watching local footy a bit easier.
Sunraysia's sporting culture is thriving, not just because of the people who give their time, their voices and their support, but it's also the players on the court and the field. It's also those behind the scenes who make the coverage possible. This is community at its strongest. Filming Footy is proud to stand alongside Sunraysia, and together, we will continue to share the stories that make local sport so special.